Hey guys, just before we start the podcast, I want to remind you of the current giveaway we are having with Papa Macros worth $250. Stick around in the podcast or go to our Instagram to find out all the options to enter. Also, don't forget to subscribe to never miss out on the updates and especially the giveaway. Click on the notification bell to be notified when the content is launched and you are informed. Stop scrolling. Do you want to score yourself $250 worth of Papa Macros meals? Now's your chance. Go to threeog.shop or
go to Papa Macros and use the code Muscle Talks at checkout.
Go get it now.
A lot of people will give advice to me that have never run their own show.
Yeah.
Or have no idea what hard work is.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say when I have no idea what hard work is, but don't know what actually takes to run a certain thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people still think I stand in front of a stove, put food into a container, and off it goes. Where you still do the operation, how many people are there, and the amount of things going on is very complex. But when I was starting, my parents were very encouraging to start my own thing. Like they saw the amount of effort and time I was putting into it. And even when I was signing my first lease at my first factory in Marrickville, they were happy. They weren't even questioning it. Throughout 2020, I was doing it at the start of 2020, and it was going really, really well. But then when the whole COVID hit, it was kind of on and off because really that whole lockdown period, no one knew what was sort of going on. But then after October, in 2020, everything opened up again, and it just went 100 miles an hour. I don't make a mess. First time you've eaten on a podcast?
First time, man. There is no easy way. There is only hard work, late nights, early mornings. These are your quotes. It's one of your posts that you had this fighter on. It was one of your posts. It says, there is no easy way. There is only hard work, late nights, early mornings, practices, rehearsals, repetition, blood, toil, frustration, and discipline. Family supporting families. It's passion, it's purpose. It's saving goals, saving your team on the goal line. It's never give up, never give in. It's fresh, it's delivered, it's personal. And the final quote from the Italian man himself, Marcus Aurelius. It's not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never being to live. Please help me welcome. It's not Marcus Aurelius, but the man himself, Marco Morticella from Papa Macros.
Pleasure to be here.
How are you, man? I know it's a mouthful of everything I said there, but to be honest, they're all from your posts. You've got a boxer. And he's boxing.
How long ago was that post? It would have been at least a year or two ago.
Maybe, yeah. Of course.
It would have been.
And family supporting families is the Lahoud.
That's right, the farm.
Farm?
Yep, correct.
That's family helping families. Yeah. Go with me. Saving goals. When you were in 2014, I think you were playing soccer and they chipped the goalkeeper and you ran and saved it off the goal line. Did you not?
Yeah, I did.
There you go. I did my research, man.
I wasn't expecting that.
You were thinking to yourself, like, what's he fucking talking about? And I know.
I was like, did I write this?
I could see your face going, what's he going on about? It's going on for a long time. But now we're going to get in here. All right. Let's go. And everyone is kung fu fighting.
Yeah.
2013. Tell us about that kid. 10 years ago, to be exact.
Well, the funny thing about that photo
is...
The
jump and the attitude. Yeah, about that photo.
The guy I was playing against was actually my teammate from another team, so we were mates, but that was sort of an inside joke.
Was it an inside joke? All right, but you were leaping in the air.
It was full coincidence.
It was full coincidence?
Yeah.
So what was that kid like, you, 10 years ago?
Oh, that kid? I think soccer was my life at the time.
Yeah.
Just grew up playing soccer and that was it, yeah.
And that was your mate? So it was like mates against mates, so obviously
exactly. That's right.
Or against each other in a soccer game.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was quite a leap, man. I'll tell you what. So it made me laugh when I watched it. All right, in 2013 again, saved off the line, a soccer video which shows the opposition chip the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And you ran behind the goal and you saved the goal off the line. What position did you play? And is that you in a nutshell? Never to give up, never to surrender.
So, I don't know, I think...
what did you play in that position?
I've always played like centre back or right back.
Yeah, okay.
So along the back line, yeah.
Okay, and the... because it was going in.
Yeah.
but you stopped it. So is that your attitude?
Yeah, obviously in the game you're going to prevent the ball from going in.
Yeah,
but I think
mean,
I think towards playing team sport, I always had a good opportunity, like a good attitude to put the team first before yourself. So it was more about that. Yeah.
Because, well, tell us about soccer, your influence, and why. Why did you? What did, I guess, soccer teach you, and also the fact that you took it to another level. You went and played in Italy. So tell us a little bit about that. Let everyone find out about you.
I didn't have a career in Italy, so it was more just playing overseas. But yeah, soccer, I think playing any team sport teaches you a lot about camaraderie, relying on your teammates, them relying on you, having responsibilities, being accountable for things. So I think for any kid that plays team sports, and even better at a competitive level, it teaches you a lot of values as well. And not just on the soccer field, but then also in the workplace, or how you treat your family, how you treat your partners, and
So tell me about overseas. You said you went and played overseas. What does that all mean?
Yeah. Look, as a teenager, we did a few trips to like other clubs overseas. So that's like a team here. We go over and play against other teams. When I was 17, I went to Italy for a little bit and tried with a few clubs. Played for a team for a little bit there. But then injuries cut that really short. So that was sort of the end of soccer days.
So what was it like, firstly, them considering you and you going over there? Who was the one that believed in, I'm not saying that at that age it's hard to even just believe in yourself, but you knew you were a good player, but was it your coach, your dad, and also to go to Italy and give it a go? That's obviously you can play soccer, we know that.
Not anymore. I can't run anymore. But probably my dad, probably most of the family.
Was it always a goal, like to go play for Italy, you?
That was. I think a lot of kids have the same sort of goal when you
No,
play.
they don't, man. I didn't want to play in Greece.
A lot of kids playing soccer here in Sydney that play at like a Premier League sort of level would. That was the dream for everyone to sort of try and go overseas and make a career, which a lot of boys from Australia have done and are doing well.
Then, all right, since you say, what about Premier League? We're talking about, like, what level did you reach here?
I played for Blacktown City my whole youth, which is an NPL1 club.
What's an NPL1 club?
So there's A-League, then NPL1. Okay. So, yeah.
And how do you get to the next stage?
Just progress. I'm not too sure how it works now. I think football in New South Wales has changed a lot of things from 10 years ago till now. So I'm not like now the A-League clubs have youth teams, so I'm not sure how that ties in.
So what was it like going to Italy?
It was a good experience. I was like obviously living by myself. So it was a very different experience. Doing your own washing, cleaning for the first time in my life.
How old were you?
17.
That's pretty eye-opening for an Italian boy who lived at home and mum did everything. Right. I think mum's and fabric softener and everything smells nice.
Yeah, that's right. So it was good. I think I definitely matured a lot on that trip.
How long did you stay in Italy for?
I was there for a few months. So it was good. I went over. It was in winter. I was there throughout all of winter.
Was it to do tryouts?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I was training on with a couple of teams as well. So that was it.
When you landed there and you played and you lived by yourself, was it tough? Like, meaning, hear me out first, because I'm thinking as a business person, usually you don't know what you're in for until you're there. And then when you're alone and you're in your head, you're thinking, like, what am I doing here, man? Like,
well, I think I did have a very easy, because a lot of my family live in Italy.
Okay.
Like, for example, my dad I'm his only blood relative in Australia.
Right.
All his siblings, all his cousins, everyone lives in Italy.
Right.
So I did have a lot of, like, most of my extended family lived there. Mm-hmm. So I had cousins picking me up, taking me here, or, showing me around or whatever it was. So I wasn't completely by myself.
Okay.
I have more family, not that I see them, but I have more family there than I do here.
Okay. So it was, and what was it like playing against Europe? Is it totally different to Australia?
Different style of football, definitely.
Tell us the style
it's a much more defensive game, a lot more technical. I find the Australian football is a lot more, I don't want to say kick and chase, but a lot more of a physical game, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, where the Italian game is a lot more tactical. So you really got to use your smarts on the field.
Because we're going to talk about everything and Papa Macros. Do you think we've changed a lot in soccer, or we still hold on to this style of soccer here?
I think the NSL days, I'm even too young to remember, are probably the best days, because we did produce a lot of players that were playing in the top tier clubs around the world.
Oh my God, some of the best.
Yeah, whereas now, I don't know.
What's happening now?
Off the top of my head, I can't name one player that plays in in first division football other than Matt Ryan.
Cool.
Yeah, like you had the whole starting 11 back then was playing in the EPL, but now there's not one. You got a few players in second or third division teams, but that's it.
Is it our style of football, you think?
I think it's the grassroots. So the way kids are coming up. Yeah.
Everyone gets a trophy. It doesn't work.
Yeah, something like that. I just think the NSL days when you had clubs like Marconi and RPR who
Sydney Olympic.
Sydney Olympic. Yeah.
How good was that?
Yeah. Sydney United as well. Like all these clubs. Whereas then the A-League came out and they had first grade teams but no youth systems.
Yeah.
Whereas now they've developed that, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in 5 to 10 years time. Yeah.
What about the women's soccer recently? And
Until
what about
December,
what's her name again?
Sam Kerr or the goalkeeper?
No, besides the guy. What about Sam Kerr's shot?
Yeah.
You know, no man's done that in Australia. That kind of
Oh,
shot.
I think Kay was had a couple of shots like
Come
that.
on, no chance. That was a shot and a shot.
It was a great shot, yeah.
I keep calling it the spill your chips moment. You know when you're just opening up a
Yeah,
packet
it
of
came out of
chips
nowhere, yeah.
And you're like, oh, your chips go everywhere. It was that kind of a shot.
Yeah, that's right. It came out of nowhere.
It was a
Yeah.
great shot, man.
Yeah.
That's why when I saw it, I went, not even the men's league can do that. But I think you said Kuhl could do it. I said, even, what was his name? Not Kuhl, the other one. I forgot.
Cahill.
Cahill, he was...
When 2010 World Cup, he scored a volley off the
Did
edge
you
of
say the volley from the halfway side? It was the halfway line?
No,
or
it was
something?
the edge of the cross came, the through ball came from the halfway line.
Yeah, and then off the
volley.
air.
Yeah, like that's another great goal too.
That is
World class,
a great goal. And what about Kuhl with his headers?
Yeah. Oh, Cahill with his headers. Yeah.
Was it Cahill with his
headers,
headers? Yeah. Wasn't he amazing?
Yeah.
Now, I know we're talking soccer, but we'll get there. We'll get to
the muscle in a bit.
Well, it's the
everything.
podcast is about knowing and learning about you, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what we're going to do? That I'm going to start making my protein shakes. Protein shakes are back on today, and we're going to also. We're also going to have a lunch, or an afternoon tea, whatever it is. Wow, look what we've got here. I can't wait. Chris is going to hit it up for us. Excuse my hands. All right. Let's keep going. Okay, we're talking about you at the moment, man. We're not even going to talk about soccer, right? I want to know, because people are going to want to know. Hear me out.
The history.
Well, not a history. I mean, you're a businessman. You're an entrepreneur. I mean, that's whether you think you're good at it or not, or I think I'm good at it. Doesn't really, we never do think we're good at it, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't even think we're deserving of those kind of names. But what's most important is someone might be watching this and wanting to understand a little bit more. So, tell us about growing up in an Italian family, life, your dreams, aspirations, and also what did you learn being in that kind of environment? Like for me, I'm Greek. It's very similar to yourself. I mean, my dad, just to let you know, my dad thought if I get a briefcase,
You've made
and
it.
I wear a tie, I've made it.
Yeah.
Even though the briefcase had a salami sandwich in it, and that's all it had. I thought I made it too, until I got my job and I went, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So tell us about growing up. I mean, your family's in a business as well, but tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I think probably growing up, all I can ever really remember is playing soccer, playing with my mates, and then working at my parents' restaurant on the weekends.
Yes.
so,
What did you do at your parents' restaurant?
A bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly just waitering, I guess, as a kid.
Yeah.
Or bringing stuff to the table, cleaning up, or washing dishes a little bit maybe too.
Give your dad's restaurant a plug.
Now he has Gasparo's in Giourgis. So
Right, Gasparo's in Giourgis.
Yeah.
But before that?
There's been a few different Gasparos. So he was in Bella Vista prior to that, and it was in Burwood prior to that. So this is spanning over 20 years. So 3 different locations. So that was pretty much all I can say about childhood, I guess.
Yeah.
Mum and dad always worked me pretty hard at the restaurants, I think. And I think all me and dad ever spoke about was soccer. Never spoke about anything else.
Only soccer.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Does your dad love soccer? Was he
Yeah.
a soccer player?
I think growing up in Italy he
He
was.
was a frustrated.
Definitely short-tempered.
Wanted it out of you. He wanted you to do it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put some. You've never had it with an avocado?
No, never. Let's give it a go.
I'm gonna wonder if we're gonna mix this thing up. All right. So, and what was it like? Because you're into your healthy food, and did you grow up as a skinny kid or a fat kid? I grew up as a fat kid.
I grew up as a very skinny kid.
How did you do that with all the cannoli and
I think it's just.
lasagna?
Actually, funny enough, I was actually a very fussy eater.
Really?
Yeah, up until I was about 12 years old, my parents couldn't even get me to eat pasta.
No way.
Yeah, I was a very, very fussy eater. Yeah, and
that would have been very sad because above the table you would have had the
Yeah,
Last Supper up there as well, and they're wondering, look at him, he won't eat.
yeah, that's all my aunties and uncles. I was always the joke that wouldn't eat a thing.
Really?
But then up until I was thinking about 12, 13 years old, now I just eat everything.
Eat everything.
Yeah, I think it was just being a kid and you're just nervous
like
to eat a lot of things. But naturally, I'm just a very skinny person. I would just
Were you health conscious at that age?
No, not really at all. No, I was just like, even then, growing up, there was nothing about nutrition and being a good soccer player. It was all about training. Nothing about what you eat. I didn't really learn about nutrition until I stopped playing soccer. Funny enough.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Okay.
Into it all, yeah.
Was it a strict growing up household, or your dad was pretty cool?
I don't know. In some aspects, yes. Some aspects, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was hard. I think it was
Throw things at you.
Yeah, it's the standard.
My dad threw everything at me, man.
That's standard. But
no,
I think I was a good kid, so I was never
You were
really
a good kid?
yeah, I was never really in trouble that much. Yeah, but I think Dad was strict on certain things and didn't really care about other things. Like, I could always hang out with friends and do what I wanted.
Yeah.
Unless it didn't interfere with much training or working. Like, that was it. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Then obviously growing up, I noticed that on Muck-Up Day, Dorothy the Dinosaur was one of your uniforms, and Corona's in the jacuzzi. So what was that like?
Yeah, that was year 12.
Year 12?
I think just school muck-up, yeah.
What were you like as a student?
I think I was a good student.
You were a good student?
Yeah, average student, not the smartest kid in the class, not the silliest either.
And you were, you wanted to go to university?
Yeah. I think it was just like a given. I think at a stage I wanted to be a tradie and do a trade. But mum and dad maybe pushed me to go into uni. What were you
going to do as a tradie?
Building or carpentry.
So my son is talking about being a carpenter.
Yeah. I think I had that idea at one point, but then one of my older cousins was a property valuer, and he convinced me to study property and finance as well, like he did. So I just did that.
And then, of course, you work with my mate Stephen.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
I worked.
Just to let you know, you are the nephew of one of my best friends growing up, which was obviously Manuel Zucker.
Yeah.
Which was funny enough. Like I said, it's weird. I'm talking about. I'm like 12 years old, 13, and I think Mizuko is about 5 years older than me, 4 years older.
You were in the same age as Aldo and Rob.
Aldo,
that's right. Yeah.
But the thing is, they used to ride. I don't know why they came to my street. There's no reason to come to my street. This is like blocks away. But they used to ride their big bikes, and they had money, Chris. So they had the best fucking BMXs. Mine was the bastardized BMX, mate. I just ripped off people's parts, and it was a different color every weekend. It was black, it was red, it was blue, fucking. Because my dad used to throw it across the yard, I had to get a new paint job.
Yeah.
But the thing was, mate, he threw mallets at me, the bloke. But having said that, we could do a therapy session on me today, but we won't. And then there was another friend of mine called Nick Barunas, and if you bring it up with Manuel as well. And between Nick Barunas and Manuel, they competed against who had the best BMX.
Yeah, okay.
It was Manuel's they were beautiful BMXs, man. You got no idea. Their BMXs were fucking hot. Anyway, but I did better wheelies. Like I said, there was something I did better than all of them. Anyway, let's see if this works. Chris? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's all right. All right. All right, we'll get a blend. Let's get that going. 1 second. Let's go. Yep. Anyway, let's stop for a second. We'll keep talking. All right. So 2017, under 14's first win of the season. You're the coach, and the T-shirt says "Still Train." Are you the coach?
Yeah, I was coaching football at the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. And the T-shirt. What does it say?
There's just the T-shirt I was wearing. Yeah.
Smoking up.
Just a Nike T-shirt.
All right.
After I stopped playing soccer, I was always sort of involved with coaching or sort of still always going to games. Mm-hmm. So I got an opportunity to coach an under 14s NPL 1 team.
NPL, that's what I was going to ask. That's a big ask.
It was good. It was I think that team had a coach for the first half of the season. Then I came in halfway through the season and took over the team because whatever happened there.
Yeah.
But it was good fun. I loved it.
Loved it?
Yeah, I loved it. I would definitely coach again. It's just obviously it does take up a lot of time. Yeah.
Wow, because I've coached too.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. I played soccer too, man. I was initially a fullback.
Okay.
And I loved it. I'm a sore loser though. Are you a sore loser? I'm a fucking sore loser.
No, I don't know. Maybe when I was a kid, but I don't know about now. I'm not too.
I'm a sore loser. I'm a sore loser, but I'm okay with that. No one else is, but I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? So so I play back, but my favourite position I think is at the moment is left or right mid. Maybe left mid. Why? you know what? I don't care about scoring goals. I love setting them up.
Yeah, okay.
Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like fucking setting them up. And I find the wing, you can hide a little bit, and I don't know. Maybe I'm talking rubbish, but yeah, I like to hide. All right, so you 2018 birthday weekend with the boys. So what does
This is going through my Instagram? My Instagram photo.
Yeah. What does family mean to you and friends? Is it still like it looked like it was pretty big back then? And
Yeah.
is it still because we're going to get into the business stuff in a
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
But I'm just asking you, like, it's kind of like I'm trying to find out a bit more about you and what got you to this point. So
Yeah.
going through your stuff, you know, I can see you just you not to say you're just an average kid like all of us, but obviously
Yeah.
behind the scenes there's things going on. But what is family and your mates?
I've
Have you always been that way inclined, like involved with people around you, your mates?
Yeah, well, I think naturally just growing up working in a restaurant, it's a very social thing. So naturally, I'm a social person, so make friends with people I meet, and yeah, I don't think I'd always go out too much or stuff like that. But most weekends I was working at mum and dad's shop. But yeah, family now, I think I don't really see family that much often, unless because I'm always at work.
Yeah. Are you a shy person?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No,
You seem like a shy
depends on the situation, I guess.
person.
Yeah.
All right, we haven't warmed him up. He's not going to open up. I want some more.
I don't know what to say. I don't remember what I was doing in 2018.
Well, it's 2018 right now, mate. You graduated as a valuer.
Yes.
And I was going to ask you what made you choose that career, but
Yeah,
you said that
my cousin.
Your cousin.
My older cousin, yeah.
And I know that graduating education is very important when it comes to ethnic families. So your parents were obviously very proud of you.
Yeah, they were
got
happy,
to wear
yeah.
the suit because I've not worn. Have you worn the suit, graduation suit? Have you got a graduation suit or anything?
Yeah.
You do. You went to uni? Did you?
Oh no, high school.
That's nothing, man.
Yeah.
That's nothing. No uni.
Yeah,
Right,
so-
you're in the same book with me, Chris. So what we got in here is mixed berries. What else? What was in the mixed berries? Pineapple? Is that pineapple? Mango?
Apple, mango.
Apple, mango, mix something, whatever. Banana, avocado, and then protein powder. And that's about it, really.
We'll get there.
Okay, next question. Yeah, Dad's family business. You told us a little bit more about that and waitering. How old were you when you started working in the restaurant?
Oh, kid. Like too young to be working.
But that's what they did, slave
like
labour.
primary school age.
Yeah. Did you love going to the business?
Not really.
No?
No, I hated it.
But your parents, they make, not that only they make you come, they're all working so hard that's kind of like their daycare for you. You come there to work. It's like
Yeah,
they mind you while you're working.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think it was just, I'll be honest, I always hated going there, dreaded it, but it was all weekend, every weekend. That's what I had to do. And then I think that's what gave me a good insight into business because my dad's always run his own business. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you think has that helped you in business today? Having your dad as a person that's owned business, do you talk about things in business? Does your dad tell you to be patient, or does your dad like? What I'm getting is, what advice do you get? Much advice from your dad?
Not much at all.
No.
No.
Why?
I don't know. I think we're both because he's still running his business, and we don't we don't even see each other that much to even sort of catch up and chat. So
Okay.
there's not really much an opportunity to like we share staff with each other now because
Yeah.
the same industry. He has a restaurant. I have the factory where we produce all the meals, which you guys saw.
Yes.
So we share staff. That's about as much a benefit as it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, because I remember. I mean, I never came from a family that I had a business too. I
Yeah.
have a business right now. I have a business. But remember when I told you about my juice bar?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, my family never been in business, so they were like,
They're like, what are you doing? Yeah.
They were worried about what I'm doing. No, they actually were happy. They're thinking, fucking finally someone's doing business. But they didn't offer me great advice because they kept scaring me, and they never had business. I find sometimes people that aren't in business seem to throw a lot of fear towards your way, like you shouldn't be doing that, or they should be saying you're working too hard. Like I don't think, like, your thoughts.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, a lot of people will give advice to me that have never run their own show.
Yeah.
Or have no idea what hard work is.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say when I have no idea what hard work is, but don't know what actually takes to run a certain thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people still think I stand in front of a stove, put food into a container, and off it goes. Where you still do the operation, how many people are there, and
Fuck, what an operation.
the amount of things going on is very complex. But when I was starting, my parents were very encouraging to start my own thing. Like they saw the amount of effort and time I was putting into it. And even when I was signing my first lease at my first factory in Marrickville,
Yes.
they were happy. They weren't even questioning it. I think they sort of knew that I'd done my research and they already saw I had a good client base that I was making all the meals for. Yeah.
Are you surprised what it took to get to this point?
I
From your...
don't think I ever had a plan from the start. It kind of just went week on week on week.
Yeah.
It's progressed to what it is today, and it's still progressing to what it's going to be.
I think
yeah.
that's sometimes you need that in business, not to know what the next progression is, because it can spook you when knowing what's there.
I think if everyone knew what was involved with starting a business, no one would ever start a business.
Oh my God. Before we go into Papa Macros, 2011, 2020, I saw a photo of you post Papa Macros, 5 meals a day, 7 days a week. Man, you look buffed.
Yeah, that's when I first started Papa Macros.
Yes.
That's when I first started.
So you were...
That would have been around the time when I moved into my first factory.
Which is Marrickville?
Correct, yeah.
And you were the product of your own... You were the specimen of your own product?
Pretty much. I was still training every day.
Man, I saw it, man. You look great. You look great now, man.
I look a lot better then.
You look good, son. You look good now. But back then, man, yeah, the chest and the waistline, and you were 5 meals a day, 7 days a week. You definitely... You showed off your product very well.
Yeah, it's good advertising.
So... Tell us, what came first, the food or the bodybuilding?
Well, the way I got into the gym was when I got injured playing soccer. I actually don't have cartilage in my right hip.
Okay.
So the rehabilitation to prevent my muscles from tearing on my right side, because I tore my glute, tore my hammy, tore my hip flexor, was to actually strengthen those muscles. So at the time I was seeing an osteopath, and his prescription was strength training.
Yep.
And that's what got me into the gym.
Right.
So I started off doing went from being a skinny 17-year-old soccer player, 70 kilos, to, doing squats and deadlifts consistently for the first time in my life ever. And I got put on size to what I was fairly quickly, being a newbie lifter. Yeah. And I just fell in love with the gym, I guess.
Yeah, is that what
then over time got into, how can I benefit this even more? Eating right and everything that goes with it, getting a good night's sleep. So from that age till I was about...
What age was it?
18. Yeah, so from 18 to 23, going to the gym was just part of my life routine.
And you loved it?
Yeah, that's right.
And putting on the size, and then you worked out the food part, didn't you?
Yeah, correct. Well, along the way, I was always making my own food,
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, even though you were fussy until the age of whatever you were, 12, and then you only had a short window of lasagnas and cannellonis, and then all of a sudden you went back to grilled food.
That's right, that's
I was
right.
the same. My dad one stage said to me, can we fucking stop grilling the chicken? Can we stop grilling the veal? My mum was great. Whatever I wanted,
she'd
make for me, mate.
Yeah.
Like, she used to, what didn't she do for me, man? I'll tell you what, it was like... Because I never competed, I keep mentioning that, but I loved bodybuilding, and I loved the diet was everything about having great muscularity.
Yeah.
Lean, 6-pack showing, just everything looked amazing. It's amazing. I've only rediscovered it after so many years again that it's all about the food, isn't it?
Yeah.
No one gets it. Even for great mental health, it's all about the food.
Yeah.
You starve your brain is when you're starving.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
that's right stomach. Your body, everything is about food.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people, especially the big easy example is comp prep. When people are leading up to their show, they have prep brain. They can't think straight because there's no food in their body to digest to fuel their mind as well as much as their body.
100%. But there is a thing between that comp prep and bulking where the food is so perfect. I did it for a long time. I did it for 7 years. I was in comp prep for 7 years.
Yeah, wow.
I was sharp.
Yeah.
Super sharp, man. Food is everything. I was telling Chris, I've lost 11 kilos now.
Yeah, wow, good.
And I eat 5 meals a day. So what I mean is, it's not but the difference is, which I did have some of your food when you gave it to us.
Yeah, good.
And I did have it. It's all measured. If it's not measured, it's you're not doing yourself any justice.
Well, that's when most of our customers buy the meals, because they're portion controlled and they know what they're eating. It's not like when you go to a restaurant, you have no idea what calories, what sauce, what ingredients are in
Even
that.
when I put it in my plate.
Yeah.
At home, I can make something so nice and I put too much.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look much.
And it takes a lot of time to measure your own stuff all week. That's why this is so convenient.
The other thing is, and I was telling my girlfriend on the weekend, that I feel like my stomach is full with less food now. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, they say your stomach shrinks or gets
Based on what you
bigger
eat, yeah.
Based on what you eat. I think I've cut my meals down.
Yeah.
And now I'm starting to get full again. Where before I didn't feel like I ate enough. And it took a few weeks for me to get used to eating so little.
Yeah.
But now I'm finding, that meal portions is everything.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is really important, which you do. Let's get this prepared, and then we'll. How you done, Chris? All right? Yeah. All right. I think we mixed it enough.
Should be blended now, yeah.
Yeah. Have you got a cup for you, Chris? Where's your cup?
Yeah.
mate?
Right there.
Oh, fuck. Can't even open it.
You put it on too tight.
Jesus Christ. Test it for a second. Oh, look at that, man. Are you ready? Well, make sure, Chris, we're taping this where you might like it. Chris got his cup ready. We'll make sure we do the guests first. There's the guest.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, man. I know, it's not your average podcast.
Never had a shake with an avocado in it.
With that what?
With an avocado in it.
And never?
Never, definitely first time.
Get ready. We're always trying something different here. Usually I lick it on the side, but I won't because we're going to maybe drink more. Christopher, that's how I don't look after you. Cheers, mate.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers, Chris. Tell me what you think. Not bad, I think.
Yeah, it's good.
Hmm?
I'd order that at your juice bar.
Huh?
I'd order that at your juice bar.
Bloody oath,
Yeah.
Mate, we, I was the only, I started the same year as Boost Juice.
Yeah, you told me
Year
that,
20.
yeah.
And my protein shakes, I threw an egg in there. And mate, we used to get a lineup of people. And I was tell me this. All right, I've put it in here. All right, let's get to that question. Let me see where I am before we go. Oh, yeah. You said the food started when you were prepping guys at your work, I think where you were at Values General, wherever you were working.
Yeah.
They saw you bringing in food. And then they started asking you, can you bring us some food in? Tell us about that story.
Yeah, so I was always doing my own cooking meals for myself, bringing them to work, and that's how it initially started. All the guys I work with, some of them were gym boys, some of them were just dads, and they...
I knew you worked with my best friend as well there.
Yeah, that's right.
7 Hayes, mate.
And yeah, then they started asking, oh, can you make us food for lunch too? And then we'll pay you for the meals, whatever it is. And then back then it was very basic. So I was pretty much doing whatever my meal plan was and just make more of it to match theirs. So I wasn't giving them any diet plans or anything specific. They were just eating the same stuff I was eating.
Did you find it strange, but it didn't matter about bringing in them food? And I know you come from a business background, different to me. But when I first opened my business and people were paying me for my food, I felt strange taking their money. Did you feel strange sometimes taking their money or no?
No,
You can say no because you probably come from a business background.
No, I don't know. I never really thought about it that way. Obviously, like,
But me,
for them, it was a benefit because those guys were all used to spending $30-40 a day on lunch every day. And I was only giving them the meals for $10 each.
Yes.
So they were happy they were saving $30 a day.
Yeah,
So
100%.
I never crossed my mind that felt bad. I was doing them a favour.
Yeah. How long did you do that for?
A while, probably 6 months to a year. But that was all done out of home. And then in that 6 months to a year, I started posting things on my own social media. And a lot of friends and friends of friends and a lot of the guys that went to my gym, I was making meals for them as well.
So organically,
Yeah, just through
you
people-
were making food.
through my network, yeah.
You didn't think of the business. You
No.
were just doing it.
Yeah.
And people were seeing it, and then they start ordering it. You're making it. You're selling it.
Yep.
When did it hit you that I might start doing it as a business? Mind you, hear me out. There is others competitors out there. It wasn't just you.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. So yeah, go on. So when did it hit you then?
Well, throughout 2020, I was doing it at the start of 2020, and it was going really, really well. But then when the whole COVID hit, it was kind of on and off because really that whole lockdown period, no one knew what was still going on. But then after October, in 2020, everything opened up again, and it just went 100 miles an hour.
Really?
Yeah, everyone got back onto the meals. Everyone was really keen. It was also going into summer, and everyone
Were you advertising anything, or they just came
just on
organically?
my own social media,
On your own
just
social
through my
media?
own network. Yeah, just through people I knew.
Yeah.
So literally, like getting to summer, everyone out and about, everyone probably had a lot of time off the gym and was like, I need to eat good. Then by November, so in a month, I had signed a lease for a factory in Marrickville.
Wow. And did you?
Yeah.
Did you ever think about competing?
Yeah. I was even in that stage when I was starting up, I did want to compete. But obviously things got so hectic with the business straight off the bat that I, work's a priority.
So you were going to compete? You were thinking of competing?
Planning to, yeah.
Wow, that's good. I think that's great. Not bad protein shake, don't you think?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's got a lot of stuff in it.
A lot.
Mango, banana, berries, you name it. All right, so bodybuilding came first.
I'd say actually powerlifting more so.
Powerlifting?
It was more, I wouldn't say powerlifting, more strength-based training.
And as it progressed into bodybuilding, you thought, hey, if I eat well, I'll look even better.
Correct, yeah.
And then you started bringing food to work, and people are noticing that, and
Yeah.
you're posting your food.
Yeah.
Thinking, and then from that point, everyone started asking you to bring their food. That's amazing. That's organic growth, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm just because I think we've covered
A lot in previous parts.
well, in previous ones, because I was saying about before your launch, the people seeing the food, getting and colleagues and other people, and also I was going to say I don't know how you did it, because I know when I was meal prepping in a European household, especially the delicious food in Italian homes, man. I mean, I don't know how you went to parties, but you must have been pretty strict, because I was too.
Yeah.
I wasn't eating cakes. I was just, I don't know. What do you think it is about us and how food as well kind of orchestrates a little bit of that discipline in being in business as well? Do you think that's just innate?
I don't know. For me, it was a bit different because there's actually never any food in my fridge at home because we lived off the restaurant food.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. We never
Okay.
really sat down and had family dinners because every night mum and dad are working at the restaurant.
So you're having family dinners at the restaurant?
Kind of, yeah, or leftovers or whatever it is. So yeah, it was never a big part of. I can't really relate to that.
Wow, that's true.
Yeah, very
You're a
different.
business family. That's
yeah,
the difference.
yeah.
All right. So, you've answered this as well, but when did Papa Macro start, and was it part-time initially? So, when you were doing the food, you were still in valuing.
Yeah, I was still working full time.
But when you did the factory, did you then completely give up valuing, or you jumped into the factory?
There was a transition period.
So what tells us about the transition period?
So at that time, that was the 2021 lockdown period, and I had my factory in Marrickville. We couldn't even go to work at our office because it was lockdown.
Yes.
So I would just work out of my office in my own factory.
Yep.
Yeah, and even then it was still very basic. So we only really cooked on Fridays and Saturdays, delivered Sundays.
Yes.
So the rest of the week I was pretty much still working as a valuer, but it was all remotely because we couldn't go to inspections because of all these COVID lockdowns at the time. Yeah.
And when did you take... So I'm trying to go into the marketing part, like all your logos, your boxes, and all that. But what I wanted to know is
it progressed over time. Yeah, it didn't look as neat as what it did at the start.
That's
very
what
basic,
I'm saying. So what I'm asking is, when did you decide to give up the full-time job? Because that's money for jam in some ways. You're letting go of something that is...
The timing couldn't be better because what actually happened is the company I was working for actually contract ran out. Then everyone was told to go find other work.
Oh.
So instead of me going to try and find other work, I just
transitioned in.
Just straight into full-time Papa Macros.
God, mate, everything fell into your lap. How lucky is this
bloke? It was good timing, yeah.
Yeah, that's great timing.
Yeah.
So, all right, so here we are. Now you're full-time in Papa. So tell us about getting into your branding. Or tell us how the name came about. You told me, but let everybody know.
At the start, it was just Marco's Meals. There was no name to it.
It was Marco's Meals. Even in Marrickville?
No, it was like when I was doing it off call and text, it was all just get meals off Marco, get meals off Marco. There was no name to it.
Yeah.
But then when I did move into Marrickville and make a website and make a social media account, it was all Papa. Like I came up with a lot of different names.
Yep.
And then everyone that was buying off me at the time just pretty much chose a name. Yeah.
Did they?
I put a vote. I think I put a poll out, and then Papa Macros won.
Papa Macros won. I was thinking, where does it come from?
Yeah, just the most popular name that everyone liked. So
no,
I didn't even choose it.
You didn't even choose it. What was another name?
Oh, there were so many. I have a document somewhere with like 50 names.
50 names.
Yeah.
Oh God. So I was again. You've answered this question about family. I guess your dad does his thing. You do your thing. All right. 24th of December, 2021. Here's the biggest risk that I've ever taken on. Say hello to Papa Macro's newest factory in 2022 from Marrickville to Wetherill Park. So
Yep.
wait a second. Wait a minute. I think I wrote it. Yeah, tell us about scary. Why scary? When I'm sure even Marrickville was scary. So yeah, tell me, why was that scary?
Look, moving to Marrickville, it was a great factory because it was already set up as a kitchen. It was, the only upfront cost I had was the bond because all the equipment was already there. Whereas moving into Wetherill Park,
Was that this little one on the corner of a laneway?
no, it's an actual factory, but the inside was already
Yeah,
fitted
that's
out.
what I mean. I'm just thinking which one the factory. I was going to buy a factory.
No, it's in Lillian Fowler Place. I'm not sure if you know. Yeah.
All right,
It's
so
industrial.
it had all the kitchen stuff in there.
Yeah, it
already.
had all the equipment and everything, so that's why it was great. It was an expensive lease, but that's why, because it already had a fit out.
Yeah.
Where we moved into Wetherill Park, which is triple the size, but it also required a lot of work. So
When me and Chris came, mate, firstly, we were kind of like, what's going on here? There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing to see here.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, we saw that it looked like an illegal importation of people. There was that many people in there. It was incredible. So go on, yeah. So when you went to Wetherill Park,
Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. Like, for example, buying all of the cooking equipment myself now,
Yeah.
putting in the sinks, all the plumbing work, putting all the grease traps, all the oven, all the electrical work, all the cool room work. It adds up and it's a lot of money as well. So that's what I mean by risk, because there's a lot of upfront capital to put up to invest into that. And at the time, yeah.
Stop scrolling. Do you want to score yourself $250 worth of Papa Macros meals? Now's your chance. Go to threeog.shop or
Go to Papa Macros and use the code MuscleTalks at checkout.
go get it now. Did you feel that was when you're serious? Meaning, like what I mean is in business, a lot of times we think when we throw a lot of money in, it makes it more serious. What I'm saying is, was there stages where you thought, is this, like I said, is it more serious now? Like, did it feel more, this is it, this is like...
I think there's levels to it. So I always get
sorry.
that feeling, but then looking back on it, okay, we did that, but now there's more serious things we're looking at, kind of thing. So there's always levels to it, because I thought moving to Marrickville was a crazy thing, then moving to Wetherill Park was a crazy thing. Yeah, so...
Well, how many people did you have in Marrickville at the time, you reckon?
Staff?
How many did you start with? Besides you?
At the start it was just me, then one chef and a kitchen hand, then a packer, then a second packer, then another chef. So it kind of just built over time. But I think we left Marrickville with about 10 to 12 staff.
And
yeah. I think it's close to 40, around
and
40
it's
staff.
24/7.
No, I wouldn't say it's 24/7 for me, not for the staff. Like a lot of the staff, are casual part time.
No, but when I say, does the factory stop at all?
Yeah, it does.
Is there a night shift?
On the days we cook, so like Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays is day shift, night shift, day shift, night shift, on repeat. So yeah, they're big days. That part of the week, that's our main production run when we when we get our orders ready for the Sunday and the Monday delivery runs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, everyone's at work those 3 days.
And I noticed, I'm sure it's not always the case because I had staff too, but I think the most I ever had was 8 staff, not your staff.
Yeah.
But they all look relatively happy.
Yeah, I think we have a good working environment.
Yeah, and I think the ladies, obviously they know how to butter you up. They try to feed you Lebanese food.
Yeah.
Briberies,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
They're trying to feed you, fatten you up.
Yeah, no.
But they're very nice. Obviously, they bring things from home and they want you to try them. And
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, well, all the ladies, they're all friends. A lot of the staff, they're all mates, so it's good. So I think everyone's excited to bring food for their lunch break because it's just, yeah.
Well, speaking about food, let's heat something up, Chris. What do you reckon? Chris is going to be the chef.
All right, what do you want to have?
All right. Well, we've got 3 here for 3 of us. So when Chris brings it back in, we've got the...
Yeah, done.
Let's get the camera on. We've got the grilled chicken and fries. Okay. And we've got the grilled... No, we've got the same thing, Chris. Oh, but this is different sizes.
That's the game, Celine, yeah.
All right. Well, Chris goes and heats this all up. Or Chris, you go from over there and leave this here. Chris, surprise us. All right, and do a big meal as well. Not all small meals only.
Yeah, grab anything.
Grab everything.
Maybe you take one of the lean ones here.
Yeah, take this one.
That's
yeah.
right, you take that.
But also, I want to say, even during the podcast, you gave us a box to try. I just want to say thank you.
No,
I really appreciate it. I honestly, I do, man. I felt quite the joy. Me and Chris, we did post a little bit on that, and you didn't ask anything from that. But like I said, it was delicious, and your food is very nice, and it is good part of the podcast for us to put some food together. So
that's it.
Why? You've got different sizes, okay?
Yeah, correct.
doesn't it complicate things? Or are you finding why is there different sizes?
Oh, to cater for as many people as you can.
Yeah.
So we do the low carb, lean and gain.
Yep.
And obviously not everyone wants to eat a 300 gram meal. Not everyone wants to eat a 500 gram meal. So
Yep.
you give the option in both so people can, choose what they want.
Who do you find has mostly the 500 gram meal? If it is
Males for sure,
males,
yeah.
And the females go the smaller one?
Most people go for the smaller ones.
Yeah.
There's not too many people. We just saw a lot less gain than we do lean.
Yeah. Like I said, I saw that and I felt it was good too anyway, but the food was, like I said, it was very nice. I'm okay with meal prep. I'm saying I'm okay with that, right? But what I'm trying to say is, it was funny because even when my daughter came over, she thought this was unreal.
Yeah,
she was like, I think they're sick of my food. You know what I mean? When they come over, I'm usually, always do my own little meal prep.
Or whatever it is, yeah.
But when they saw this, they go, I like this. So,
They'll be coming over more often now.
I love having them. I love them. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, I just got here. You get. I'm just reading Purpose of Passion. Oh, right. You get burnt out. I think you're on a podcast. Someone else's, right? You said this because I had to write it quickly.
That's right.
You get burnt out when you don't have a purpose or a passion.
That's true. Yep.
You also said that doing the hours that you do, you don't necessarily do them for somebody else.
Yeah,
you do them for
right.
yourself.
Yep.
You put in, like I said, you put in what you put out. What's the feedback behind that? So what you were saying is, you don't get burnt out if you don't have a purpose or a passion. But I know with business you can get burnt out. But tell us about that.
Look, over the past 3 years, I think most of my weeks have been over 100 hours of work if I was to tally it up. So it's pretty crazy. Like, no one would do that for a boss. No. And no one would do that for a business they didn't care about or an industry they didn't care about. So I couldn't be doing these hours running an accountancy business because I'd be bored out of my mind, if that makes sense. But doing it, it's very exciting. I do love it because of the feedback you get from customers. And
that's what I said, the feedback. You get feedback, product feedback, elaborate. People people saying you've changed their lives.
Yeah, you're such a big part of a lot of people's lives. So you're really involved with a lot of your customers and a lot of the journeys people go through. Even just seeing like weight loss or people make weight loss journeys or people making it to the bodybuilding stage or whatever it is. So it's very rewarding, as stressful as it is. It's still a very rewarding thing to do and create.
Does it surprise you, some of the stories people tell you, and you go like,
there's
like, do you count your blessings? Like, I'm so glad I'm helping these people.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I don't talk to every single customer. It's impossible to.
We're talking about their messaging you.
Yeah,
sure.
but there's people who might have been ordering for 3 months or 6 months, and then they might share their transformation photo with you, like, I did this whole thing on your meals. So to me, a lot of them don't want us to post it, but they show us to show us what we did, kind of thing. Yeah. So we've had a lot like that.
That must really inflate you. That must
it's lovely. Even like we do work with a lot of gyms who run their challenges or who run weight loss programs or some of them call them another word now. It's like transformations, whatever it is. So and they encourage their clients to do the whole prep on our meals just to hold them accountable to make sure they're eating right. There's no room for, I didn't have time to cook or I didn't have time for this. It's 100%. So simple, so easy. So even through those gyms that run those programs, you see so many transformations. It's really really good. So it goes hand in hand from the training that they provide to the meals that we provide.
Like I said, you just said 100 hours. Like, oh man, I'm telling you, that's tough. And can I just say, let me top you up a little bit more, man. Come on.
I'm going to eat now, so I wait till.
Just top you up. It's the Greek in me, mate. It's the Greek. Fatten you up, you know what I mean? Like, that's how we do it. We can't fatten you up because you're too lean. But, because sometimes even in business, you know yourself, sometimes you wonder, why am I doing this?
Yeah, there's been a lot of times I felt like giving up.
Of course. And also, everything takes forever. Just when you think you're on top of it, something changes. Yeah,
that's right. Well, I get in the habit of never saying things are going great, because as soon as you think things are going great, something bad's going to take it from right under your knees. So just always try to be on a same level and just do everything you can that day or what's in progress.
How do you switch off? Because how old are you?
26.
All right. I've always been in little businesses here and there stuff, but
Yeah.
the first time I ever took the biggest leap was when I was 30.
Yeah, okay.
And to be honest, I'm going to be honest, though it made money, I did okay. I fucking hated it. This is the truth. I know. I love business. But it was the intensity that got me, and it took me forever, and it's still kind of, not now, just to switch off. It is really hard to switch off. Do you find it hard to switch off?
Yeah, probably my worst trait.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Like, why? I think why in business are we so far ahead of ourselves? Why can't we stop and just be now? Because that's what you are. You're thinking.
Yeah.
You don't care about what happened yesterday, and today it's happening. You're on, but you're also thinking about, are we going to be ready for tomorrow?
Yeah. Well,
So
it's a 24/7 thing because customers are always calling, emailing. There's always things to be done. It's a business that never sleeps. It's not like a storefront where there's opening hours and closing hours.
Well, thank you, Garçon.
People are online ordering. Thanks. People are online ordering 24/7. So you got to be responsive 24/7. And there's always issues that are going on. People are eating their meals all times of the day, every day, not just when your store's open or closed. So that's why I struggle to switch off, because things pop up all the time.
How do you switch off?
I don't.
You don't?
I really struggle to. Yeah, probably the one thing I really need to work on.
I hear you, man.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, when I said to you, you seem a little shy.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that you're shy. I think it's because you're not in the moment so much.
Oh, I like that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. I can see it in business. I was like that, man. I was like, I wouldn't stop, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't stop.
My missus had said about me.
Yeah. My missus hated it about me too, mate. Don't worry about it. But what about you? Got a fork for yourself, Chris?
Yeah, good. Which one do you guys want? So what is there? There's a
Chris, all right, I'm going.
There's
you know
Mongolian
what?
beef.
I'm going to go Mongolian.
You want spaghetti bolognese or grilled chicken and fries?
How's the spaghetti?
Spaghetti?
Should I let you choose first? I feel a bit guilty.
That's alright.
Spaghetti
All right,
done.
let's go. Let's eat.
Got a little bin somewhere. I don't want to make a mess.
Chris is
First time you've eaten on a podcast?
first time, man. Yeah, first time we've had lunch on the podcast, mate. This is great. Like, you can't.
You know what's funny? I can't say it's the first time for me because
You keep eating on them. They keep getting you to eat on them.
I did one
There you
a
go.
couple of years ago, and what they did, they blindfolded me, and they brought out one of my meals and two other competitors' meals,
Oh
and I
wow!
had to guess which meal was mine, and obviously I guessed it right.
You guess it right?
Or not guessed, I knew which one it was.
Oh, you would, because it was good.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let's go for it. No, oh yeah, man, it's good. Mongolian lamb. That's right. What did you get? Spaghetti bowl.
Yeah.
That's what I was. Very nice. This is the quietest this podcast has ever been. This is why I was talking. All right. So, can't switch off. Your missus can't stand you. And don't worry, we don't need to go any further. We don't need to go any further with that one. No, you do need to switch off. And how you switch off, I can't tell you. You just, you know what? You gotta have this philosophy of what will be will be. But how to find that, I can't tell you. But what will be will be. You know what I mean? Like you have to. But your business doesn't stop. That's the problem. Like you said, 24/7, 7 days a week. What is it? Oh yeah, you tell us about Papa Macro families and all the support and who you supported. Tell us about the different bodybuilding events and other events, and also other sporting codes. Like because everyone believes, and I did too, that you were just because I saw you at the DFAC,
DFAC, that's right,
whatever it was thing, and I'm thinking that's where you are, that's what you sit in. But I've noticed so much more when I clicked on your family thing. So tell us all the areas you guys support and what do you do?
Oh, hey, so obviously a lot of the bodybuilding federations are a big part of. We also sponsor a motorbike racer. I don't know the right term, whatever division it's in.
Motocross?
Not motocross, it's road bike.
All right, yep.
So he's on a training tour now.
I think it's a GP.
GP, yeah, not MotoGP. That's the worldwide one, but the Australian GP, maybe it's called.
that's good, yeah. Go on.
Yeah, then like you said, families. A lot of the businesses we purchase our stock off all family-owned businesses. So you know.
So tell us about the Lahoud family.
Yeah.
It
It comes from Uncle Tony's farm out in Wilberforce. Yeah, we've been using them right from the start, still do. So they're great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even our Bravo Foods with Jason and the Giourgis family.
Yeah,
they're great.
Bravo Foods, yeah.
Yeah, they're
Where
great.
are they located?
They're actually in Botany. They're based in Botany, so not far from where we are now. Yeah.
Yep.
Who else is there? Then YCC, Poultry in Bankstown.
Oh, YCC, I know
Still
that.
owned by the Glennis family.
I like the YCC. Are they Bulldog supporters?
I think... No. You're thinking M&J. They sponsor the Bulldogs. Yeah.
Sorry.
They probably are Bulldog supporters, though.
Who do you support?
Bulldogs.
You doggies?
Yeah.
Go the dogs!
Yeah, all my uncles here have been lifetime Bulldogs members, so I just grew up being told I got to support the Bulldogs. And my kindergarten teacher was Mrs. Folks, Steve Folks' wife.
Well, you want to know that George Paponis? I don't know if you've heard of George Paponis.
No.
I'll know your relatives. It's
Okay.
my cousin.
Okay, there you go.
But wait a minute, he's better. He also captained Australia, captain State of Origin, and he's a doctor.
Interesting.
And my doctor. Sometimes we debate about a lot of things. But he's really cool. All right. Supporting families. Oh, yeah, tell us about the post-2023. And you thought, I'll show you what it's like preparing meals from home instead of buying from Pepper Macros, or the difference.
The price
and
difference
then you went
and the
shopping
time.
and all that.
Yeah.
Tell us the story.
Before I actually thought of that video, just doing it on that day.
Yeah, that was on
And-
the 4th of October, man. I was there recently.
Yeah, and I actually thought that I was actually going to go to the supermarket. It was going to cost me $20 less. Then at the end, I'd have to explain why spending
yeah.
the extra $20 is, better.
So you thought you were throwing yourself under the bus, maybe?
Yeah,
At
I
the
thought
time.
I had to sort of explain it. But then when I went to the supermarket and bought everything, I was like, shit, this is how expensive everything actually is.
Yeah.
And it was more expensive than purchasing the meals from Papa Macros.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so I went to the supermarket, bought enough food to make 10 meals, 2 types of meals, 5 of each. So like the steak, the chicken, the pasta, the veg, everything that goes with it. And then take it all home, cook it all, pack it up. Took over 3 hours and cost me 100. I think the receipt was $130 something.
Yep.
Whereas the same 10 meals from Papa Macros, same size, so same weight, same macronutrient breakdown, would be $120 delivered. So save money and save time.
Well, mate, I saw also the crockery and the pots and the fucking sink.
Yeah, and the wash up at the end.
The wash up at the end, that was a fucking mess. And you in a fucking apron, that was also scary too. I had to recover over looking at you in an apron. I had to go back to some of my sites that I go to that helps me. Don't go there, Stephen. All right, that was pretty good. Maybe. No, we won't go there. You seem to get a few common questions. Let's answer some of the common questions for people, right? Because we're here to talk about papas and your journey. Excuse me. Very nice, man. Mongolian. It's
Good.
very good. Actually, I haven't had Mongolian lamb. That's always been a favourite.
That's beef, sorry.
Mongolian beef. Oh, sorry, apologies. Sorry, guys. Mongolian beef, not lamb. Let's get that right. You seem to get a few common questions from people. One of them was when they order, they asked you a question about refrigeration and the summer months, and you obviously had an answer for them. So tell us what that answer was, because you said I think their question was the post was only recently. It was about.
Worrying about the meals being cold.
Yeah.
So
your answer was?
Yeah, well, from the time the meals are made to the time they get to your door, they're refrigerated the entire time. Even in the box, they're packed with the thermal liner, the ice pack.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, they stay cold the whole way through. So
We saw that operation going on when we came to visit, which was amazing. What other questions do you get asked? How about you answer some of the questions? What are some of the people that ask?
what are your delivery days?
What are your delivery days?
Sundays, Mondays predominantly. Sometimes we do other days, just depending on the business or the client we're delivering to.
What other questions?
Are you guys halal? Which we are.
You're
We're-
halal.
Yeah, the whole menu is everything.
Oh, good, yeah.
Yeah, so, well, look, pork isn't exactly a healthy protein source.
That's right. You do pork?
No, nothing. Our kitchen's alcohol and pork free. Yeah, obviously don't use any alcohol in any of the marinades or ingredients. So
Do you know I stopped eating pork
yeah,
for biblical reasons?
okay.
Actually, not that I know anything about the biblical side of life, but I heard that there's pork's not supposed to be eaten. So I thought I'd try it out for a little while, not to eat pork.
It's a dirty look. I still have it every now and then, not often at all, but it's just if you look at on a microscope, if you actually look at pork, there's a lot of bacteria and a lot of nasties in the meat. Just because they're dirty animals, I think is the easiest way to summarize it.
I mean, we love pigs. I mean, they're nice. You know, they're nice guys. And,
Nice guys.
Nice guys. Nice whatever they are. But most importantly, there is something about that which I'm not. Don't quote me on it. No one quotes me here because we're just a podcast talking about bodybuilding. But yeah, I stopped eating pork, even though I don't mind a good pepperoni pizza. I didn't mind, I don't mind a Caesar salad with bacon in it, but I've refrained from that. Do you eat bacon, Chris? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chris eats bacon. He eats everything. Chris doesn't care. He eats everything. Chris ignored everything we spoke about. It's okay.
That's all right.
Tell us about here. I noticed that you. Oh yeah, tell us about your rituals and habits. All right, if you've got some, and I think you do.
Yeah.
Because and how you stay motivated, stay business ready, be a leader in business, and also when you're questioning oneself, because I've when I don't have rituals and habits, I'm no good to myself, right? And what I've realised is you actually go running around my neighbourhood, which is surprising, and you do ice baths as well. So what I'm saying is, what are some of your rituals and habits?
Look, the ice bath thing is more of a social thing. I wouldn't say it's a ritual or a habit.
Who fucking does ice baths as a social thing?
There's
Besides you.
I'll give a shout out to the Big Chill. Billy and his missus. They run an event every Wednesday morning on San Souci Beach, and they do ice baths at sunrise on the beach.
Every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday morning.
Tomorrow morning I'm there.
Yeah, come on down.
What time?
Sunrise, so 6 a.m.
Chris, ice bath for free.
Yeah, so
Susie,
it's more of
Chris, you coming?
It's a lot of my mates from high school go down, so it's more of a we'll have coffee after. We'll do the ice baths, have a coffee afterwards.
Okay.
And there's even actually a run club before the Sydney Run Club. They do a 5 or 10k run at 5 a.m.
on Wednesday.
On Wednesday morning as well. So you can do the
I
run.
thought they only did the Saturday one.
That's a different Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, that's different. That's run day on the Sundays. Yeah. But down there, so yeah, speak to Mikey and the boys. They do the run club.
Yeah.
I don't run though, so I just do the ice bath.
Right. Okay.
I wouldn't say it's a ritual or routine. That's just a social thing for me throughout the week.
Like how long have you been doing it for?
Oh, since the start of the year, but not every week. So as much as I can go, because some nights, understandably, I'd finish work really late on a Tuesday night. So I want to try and get a decent night's sleep. Look, I've always had a lot of rituals and habits. Even when I was playing soccer, I had
Tell me,
superstitions about what I'd eat that day or eat the night before, or the amount of sleep
about
I'd get, or I'd even go for a run the morning of a game.
You had to?
I felt good if I went for a small run the morning of a game. It'd wake myself up and get my muscles moving and blood flowing better.
You felt like you played better?
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, just probably a superstitious thing.
No, that's what rituals are. Habits are a little bit superstitious.
Yeah. Whereas now, to be honest, I don't really have
Smash that.
a daily routine.
You smashed it too. What are you talking about?
I don't really have a daily routine, so every day is different. So it's hard to predict, but I just try to focus on having my meals, trying to get a good night's sleep when I can. Mm-hmm. I do like.
Do you read?
Not at all recently, no. But I do listen to audiobooks. It's just easier.
Something told me you said something about reading. I want to know.
I used to read a lot.
Yeah,
I used to read
even audiobooks is reading.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. But what do you do?
Yeah, I used to read a lot. Like before bed, I'd always have a book.
What'd you read?
Oh, everything. Yeah, well, probably read a few that's on your shelf there.
You know what's funny? My son Yanni used to read all the time before bed, right? Like you said you read, right?
Yeah.
And one of my mates, my lawyer mate, a friend of mine, quick 2-second rule. His daughter was bucks of the school, very intelligent private school, and forgive me, but like all the agents are pretty much the ones that are so smart. And she was a Greek girl, and I said, "What is it, Dad, about your daughter, blowing away the people at the school? Certain people, certain everybody." And I said, I said, "Give me one word, give me the reason." And he said, she read books every night. And it's true, man. Reading books is so I think it's the pathway to intelligence as well. I think anyway.
I think when you read what it is, you broaden your vocabulary.
Mm.
You're able to talk about more things, and also your brain absorbs information better by reading what's on paper in front of you.
Yeah.
So when you hear things, you listen to things, or you read things, later on in life, you memorize things better. That makes sense.
Well, if you're telling me the books behind me you've read, then no wonder you're in business, because you can't read those books without wanting to be in business. What is something you remember from a book, or a book that you liked, or anything that you...
Oh, top of my head, I couldn't think of anything. But,
Come on.
Right now, I'm listening to an audiobook which is called Shoe Dog, which is by the founder of Nike.
Oh, yeah. You know this, Chris?
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. So I'm not even halfway through the book yet, but it's more about his journey and what he experienced starting his business and how he founded Nike, and from start to finish, and the journey he took to sort of feel like to get to the right maturity before he launched each product or a shoe, or like he went overseas to Japan right after the whatever war was on at that time, and everyone's going, "You're crazy, going on a holiday to Japan." To find out more about these shoe manufacturers. Yeah, so it was just interesting his approach to.
Well, didn't
obstacles.
Didn't he go to Japan and act like he was bigger than he was, and he wasn't?
I don't know. I didn't take that part from it.
Well, maybe I read it.
I don't know. I think he was still very young and naive, and a lot of people were putting it towards him as an obstacle, but it was the way he overcame his. I've noticed in this one I'm listening to, a lot of it's about the obstacles he overcame, and I sort of not replicate, but compare that to obstacles I might find, or ones I'm going through now, if that makes sense.
Do you listen to these books to learn for yourself?
I genuinely enjoy it.
What?
I genuinely enjoy reading and listening. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I mean, you're not reading fiction or non-fiction.
Oh, no,
books.
I'm never
You're reading
educational
books.
Yeah, correct.
But me too. Do you find, you said as well, you listen to other podcasts. Do you find sitting and listening to other business people helps you, like you feel like you know the language?
Yeah.
Because for me, if I don't listen to, even now I've started to listen to other podcasts. I never listened to podcasts till I got a podcast, right? But now I think to myself, for me to be a good podcast, I want to know how do they ask questions, and even, if I tell you sometimes when I listen back to the podcast I'm on, I'm disgusted in myself. But we're getting better and better. But you're listening to these things, I know, for many reasons. One, you are a person of personal development. No shadow of a doubt, that's how you are. Always wanting to be better. Do you find that is also reassuring to know what you can look forward to in business, what you can look out for in business, and also how you can improve in business? Yeah, just eat your food. All right, don't chew with your mouth open, please. Chris can always come to this camera on me. We can always bounce around in cameras.
Shoveled too much in my mouth at one go.
You did, mate. Not bad protein shake. What do you reckon, Chris? Now I can eat it. No one's going to have any more. You go on.
I generally enjoy listening to them, so I feel like I do take away a lot from some of them. I don't listen just to business podcasts. I listen to like entertainment ones, like we're talking about Andrew Schulz's podcast, Flagrant. Yeah, so just that, I feel like that is my time to switch off, because it's a bit of entertainment, a bit of a laugh. But yeah, I think even now, a lot of my mates that I do hang out with, a lot of them run their own businesses too. So we're all sort of like-minded. We all run a similar routine. So when we do hang out, we're sort of all on the same wavelength, if that makes sense. And we're always recommending each other podcasts or books to read or podcasts to listen to, whatever it is. So
it's not a very lonely world for you.
One of my good mates, Aaron, I'll go through a stage where I won't see him for 3-4 months, or the past week I've seen him twice, which is a rarity for us.
Yes.
But look, we're on the same wavelength, so we know.
What does he do?
He has a couple of businesses. His main business is called Empton Group, where he builds houses, so he's a builder. But on the side, he also owns a lot of vending machines. So that's a side business, which actually does quite well.
Wow.
And he also is invested into luxury car hires, so he's in that as well. God. Yeah, so he's got 3 things. One of his main things, other 2 are side hustles, but he's flat out all the time. Yeah.
I know what that's like. I mean, when I say that's good. I can only I can see you doing other things as well. But right now you're so deep in macros, growing it at a pace that's incredible.
Yeah, I just focus on the one thing out there for now.
I think you should. Trust me, that's better.
Yeah.
All right, rituals and habits. What time do you get up in the morning?
Every day is different. Yeah.
Or
Every day is different.
what time did you get up this morning?
6:30, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably standard. 6:30 to 7 is standard. But some nights I don't get out of the factory till 3, 4 a.m. So those nights I sleep until about 7:30.
How does it feel when you're in that factory at like 2 o'clock in the morning? Like, what's going through your head at that time?
Those nights, there would be the Thursday night cut-off nights or the Friday nights, and that's when there's a lot going on. So you don't even look at the clock until
Oh,
stuff's
right,
done.
so you're still going.
You don't even look at the clock until the time's done. It's like things need to be done.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think we've covered a lot here. What we're going to do is go over the body now.
Okay.
All right, so stop scrolling. Do you want to score yourself $250 worth of Papa Macros meals? Now's your chance. Go to threeog.shop or
Go to Papa Macros and use the code MuscleTalks at checkout.
go get it now. What I'm going to ask for is an exercise, sets and reps.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start with the traps. Do you train traps?
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
Go through stages.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were going through the stage of training traps, what would you be training?
Shrugs.
Shrugs?
Yeah.
How many sets, reps?
Oh, high reps.
High reps?
Yeah, high reps.
Like what?
So 20 plates in each hand behind the back.
Yep.
Slightly lean forward.
Yeah, that one I've done.
I don't probably 15 plus reps minimum, but each one a nice squeeze, nice contraction, very slow motion, slow negatives. Yeah.
How many sets?
Oh, not much. 3 or 4 sets.
3 or 4
Yeah.
sets. I'm going to keep asking these.
I think I have overactive traps because even when I deadlift or do a lot of shoulder movements.
I thought for a moment you were going to say no, you don't train because I looked at your traps.
Yeah, my traps get quite involved in a lot of shoulder movements, so I've never really targeted them a lot. But yeah.
Do you think you'll ever compete?
Yeah, well, definitely. It's on the bucket list.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
One day.
Awesome, man. Delts. Side delt?
Rear flies.
Rear flies or
Yeah.
side? Right. Well, so I've got back
combination of
delts. Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
sorry.
back delts?
Yeah.
That's the rear flies
Yeah,
bent over?
correct, yeah.
Okay.
See the side lateral raises.
How many sets, reps?
Depends what I'm going for. If I'm trying to build muscle or sort of just maintain. But normally, I do everything between 8 to 12 sets. 8 to 12 reps, sorry.
How many sets?
4 sets, yeah.
sets.
Yeah.
Front delts?
Combination things. I don't really target them specifically unless I do front raises.
Yep.
But normally, if I really want to target them, do a front Arnold presses.
Yep.
Or even with the cable, bring them out in front. So,
Yeah. Sets and reps?
Yeah. Same. 8 to 12. Yeah.
Sets?
4. I always do 4 of everything.
Well, the reason I'm breaking it down is because when Chris breaks down the podcast, he'll be able to
Do a workout.
do a workout.
The only thing
we're here to get free workouts.
The only thing I don't do 4 sets of is squats, deadlifts, and bench, where they're always a lot more.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. I'll work up to a top set. It depends on the day what I'm trying to get towards. So I'll just work my way up and do, work to a top set. So it might take me 6 or 8 sets to get there. Does that make sense?
How much do you weigh?
Right now, about 92.
92.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
You're doing all right. How tall are you?
174.
What's that? 5'1"?
175.
What's that?
That's 5'8".
5'8". Yeah, sounds about right, yeah. I'm not close to 6 foot.
Yeah, okay.
So
So
I'm holding on a bit more fat than what I usually hold.
I was going to say something about that. No. Chest. Chest. What do you do for chest? Just normal. That can be upper chest, lower chest, whatever you decide.
I love dumbbell press.
Dumbbell press?
Dumbbell press, yeah.
Incline or flat?
Oh, mixed up.
Mixed up.
Yeah.
How many sets and reps?
Say 5 sets. Reps. Lately, I've been doing slow negatives. So it'll be max 8 reps, but each rep is 4 seconds down, pause, straight back up, 4 seconds down, pause. So there's no momentum when you bounce back up.
I can't do negatives, man.
That's the best thing.
I know, but I fucking can't be fucked.
Because you're recruiting so much more muscle fibers that you don't normally recruit.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because everyone focuses on the push or the eccentric movement, not the...
It's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I won't be Olympia. Back?
Back, I love chin-ups and lat pull-down. I always start with those because I feel like opening up the lats first is good. Then bent over barbell rows.
Yeah.
4 sets, probably 8 reps each. I've been focusing lately on when I do bent over rows to suck my stomach in to disengage my core to focus all the weight onto my back rather than my core trying to stabilize the weight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a good
Do you
tip.
think you could have been a personal trainer one day?
Yeah, but I don't think I'd like to be a personal trainer.
No,
yeah.
but I think you seem like you would have been a personal trainer as well once.
Yeah.
Once in your
A
different
lot of my
life.
mates are PTs, and I don't think I'd like to be a PT. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Abs.
Abs. I plank at the start of every workout. So before I even train, I always do 3 1.5 minute planks.
Okay.
Just to activate the core.
Yep.
And then I do reverse crunches, hanging leg raises. Yeah, probably the focus ones.
How many?
High reps.
High reps?
Yeah, of everything. Yeah, probably till failure. Yeah,
Till failure?
Yeah.
How many sets of each failure?
I'll do 3 rounds. I'll superset it. Abs I make up as I go, to be honest. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Bicep. Not a bad arm.
Probably seated concentrated curls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Seated concentrated curls.
Yeah.
And how many sets and reps?
Arms I do high reps. So
Yeah.
I normally hit 15 to 20 reps, yeah.
Sets?
Actually 3. Because on arms I might do 3 exercises for bis, 3 exercises for tris, and just do 9 for each muscle group.
Okay. Tricep?
Skull crushers, definitely, or close grip bench.
Skull crushers?
Yeah.
What's skull crushers again?
Lying down your back, yeah, like that.
Oh, those are skull crushers.
Barbell skull crushers, I should say, yeah.
Barbell ones.
Barbell skull crushers, yeah.
Okay, I haven't done that for a while. But,
Yeah.
how many sets, reps?
High reps, 20 plus, yeah.
Okay.
Superset it, drop it down, yeah.
Are you training lately, or do you get time
Lately,
to train?
yeah.
Do you get time to train?
This year's actually been a write-off. So the first 9 months of this year, I probably hit the weights a handful of times. But the past 2 months I've been getting back into it.
Yeah.
So hopefully muscle memory is a good thing and it comes back quick.
Yeah, no, muscle memory is there. And you look good. Yeah, you look like you've pumped up a bit.
Yeah.
Do you think it's also the fact that you're... do you think it helps you to go to the gym as for mentally and physically?
100%.
I think
100%.
you need it, don't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Because if you don't go, I don't think it's good for you or your business. Am I right in saying that? Yeah, most definitely. You eat slow, man. Me and Chris smashed them.
Because I'm talking.
Oh, maybe we talk too, man. But I don't know. Chris didn't talk much. Forearms. You train forearms?
I used to.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quads.
Squats.
Squats.
Leg press. I do a little bit of leg extensions, but not too much, yeah.
No? Why?
And I feel like the compound movements, I get better leg development out of them.
And soccer players all have good legs. Why do soccer players have good legs?
It's just a sport. It's like why basketball players have good arms and shoulders.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah, it's a sport. Yeah.
That's about fair. But I've noticed that when it comes to rugby league players,
They got big legs, big quads,
yeah, but they do
big upper legs.
That they seem to be a little bit more big all round rugby league players at the moment.
It's
but
compact,
soccer players are real tight up top, like look super fit,
yeah.
look good. But their legs and their calves and their legs look like stumps.
Yeah,
like,
it's a lot more technical with your legs and your feet. You're engaging a lot more muscles.
Yes.
As a soccer player, hence why you get that definition.
That's
Whereas
right.
rugby players much more contact sport, and they're moving a lot more weight of the other person and landing and whatever it is. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying with soccer players. They look amazing up top, very fit looking. Up top, but on their legs, if you look at their legs, they've got fucking great legs on them, man. They're fucking strong. Well, that's what I think. Did we say how many sets and reps for quads?
Compound lifts, I always go a lot less reps. So, like really slow negatives, maybe 4 or 5 reps, and work to a top sets. It just depends on the week or the program I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Did we say how many sets?
Work to a top set, so it just depends. Yeah.
I don't know. He's not going to answer that question. All right, how many?
Say 6.
6?
Yeah, say 6.
6. That's
many
reps or sets?
Sets.
Sets. 6 sets, and how many reps?
Oh, max 6.
6 and 6?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, and slow
Yeah.
negatives. Hammies?
Hammies are stiff leg deadlifts. Yeah,
Yes.
so really slow negatives.
Like a bit like an RDL.
Yeah, so really slow negatives, yeah.
How many sets, reps of that?
4 sets, 20 reps, but really slow, lightweight. Like I probably hold 40, 50 kilos on the bar. So yeah.
Okay. Calves?
Seated calf raise, standing calf raise, basic. Yeah.
Sets and reps?
High, 40 plus reps.
What?
Yeah, calves high, really high reps.
40 plus
Yeah.
reps?
Yeah.
Sets?
3.
40 plus.
Yeah.
We needed someone to say that, so we get a lot of fucking people talking about that.
It's the type of muscle you need to extend and retract the muscle a lot more frequently. Your calves react differently to stress.
Yeah.
But you just got to make sure each rep you get a nice contraction, squeeze down. So lightweight, heaps of it, get the muscle working.
Only a few.
That's why you see mountain walkers have really massive calves.
Really?
Yeah, because it's all the reps on going up the hill.
Yeah. No. We had John Torelli. He used to fucking throw 50 out there, and I go,
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
surprised.
he would know what he's talking about.
No, I wasn't going to argue with him. Ever.
Yeah.
No. I mean, everyone liked to argue with him.
Yeah.
Everyone who believes, like you said, the couch potato people that sit there and know it all.
Yeah.
That's why I said they're going to love what you just said. 40.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be screaming, no way, that's 40. Glutes,
Squats.
squats for glutes too, huh? No hip flexors, whatever it's called.
No.
I don't know. Do you do hip flexors?
Hip flexors.
No, what's the one where they sit lie down and
Abductors.
hip thrust?
Oh,
Do you do
hip
hip
I
thrust?
do, yeah.
You look like a hip thrust kind of guy. I don't do hip thrust, mate, because I feel it's not my style. Do you do hip thrust?
I've done them, but it's not really in a program.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chris
I
is.
do
Yeah.
it in
Chris is. I mean, Chris does it when he shaves his legs. It's amazing we're taping this thing. Tibialis. You train
Tibialis? No, I don't.
See, I'm the only one. I train tibialis, man. I'm the only one.
Probably with other compound movements, it gets trained, but not specifically.
Oh, come on, Lee. Just know I train tibialis, all right? All right. Well, now that we're finishing up and you can tell us where they can find you, everything, like
Yeah.
tell us websites, socials, where can they find Papa Macros?
Our website's probably the easiest way, so www.papamacros.com.au.
Yep.
And if you want to find out information, what we do, events we're part of, probably Instagram is the best place to go.
Yep.
Shows us everything, well, locations, everything we're involved in. So, yeah, Instagram, website, that's it.
We love it. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like I said, there's a lot there. It's very good. I guess all I wanted to say is thank you for coming in. I think it's great for us. Not only have we had bodybuilders on, people with pro cards. Mate, even if it's a cleaner with a pro card, Chris reckons I'll get them in as long as there's a pro card involved.
Yeah.
But the fact is, we've had bodybuilders in here. We've had even photographers now. Nathim, one of the photographers, is going to be featured this Wednesday. But you're the first person we've had on.
That's not a bodybuilder. Yeah.
Nathim's not a bodybuilder.
Okay.
No, Nathim is a photographer.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Nathim's a photographer, and he takes glamour shots of bodybuilders and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
nice.
But what I'm alluding to is it's great to have a perspective of an entrepreneur, businessman, but also a person that loves bodybuilding, but also the fact that you feed us in that field, because without the food, I'm a true believer mentally and physically would be no good. So I want to say thank you.
No, you're welcome. Yeah, thanks for having me as well. Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.